Is it dead?
4%.
That's dead.
Hey y'all, Full House Homesteaders, and tonight we're going to talk about our week without leavened bread, or leavening, or leavening, or whatever you want to call it.
I call it leaven.
Leaven. Hey Wheatree.
Hey Wheatree, which
So the Feast of Unleavened Bread, we're just going to talk about what we've been eating or haven't been eating that we normally eat, and our substitutes. Hey Dorn Finn. So has it been easy or hard, do you think, to kind of stick to the unleavened bread thing?
it just, if you mean it,
It's different though.
it's different, but there's no bread of any kind because everything's got leaven in it.
Right. So we haven't hardly had
Yeast.
any bread except for pie crust.
A lot of yeast, and you gotta make sure you ain't got no yeast or baking soda, right?
Right. You might want to speak up, baby, because the thing is far away. Oh, you love the chairs? Those are
We're gonna shake. Earthquake. Because somebody wants to speak.
Okay. Here.
Go away.
Okay.
Don't you touch it.
I get the camera set just fine when you're not around, fella. So the chairs are hand-me-downs, but they were gifts, and we're grateful for them, but we're painting them. So we've gotten this one painted, but it needs a second coat, and that one's got to get painted. They were white, but it's like, you know, white shows everything, so.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Jackson, go bring the laptop.
What?
Go bring the laptop, Jackson.
Bread is R.C. Whitehead. Hadn't seen you in a while. He said bread is a vehicle for moving butter into your mouth. That's very true. Hey, Birch Farm Homestead.
So does that mean you like the butter or the bread?
I would say that probably both. Does that mean that you like the butter or the bread best, RC?
Oh, best. Interesting. Like, ooh, yeah, combination.
So we're trying our hand at now
away.
Look who is fooling with this camera
'Cause
the whole time. Every time I mess with it, he's like, "Mama can't leave the camera alone."
Because you...
Look who's messing with the camera, and look how you done tilted it towards yourself.
Just because there's a rod in your
You want me to
face.
just hold it and I'll just close up on you?
No, I'm good. I'm close up on you.
Yeah, whatever. Okay. I'm just teasing you, baby. So anyway, I think it's gone very successful. We have made different choices. We have, let's see, matzo bread grilled cheese. Oh, that's a good idea. We're gonna have matzo bread pizza tomorrow night. So we're gonna have our unleavened bread matzo bread pizzas. So it'll be an extremely thin crust pizza that we're gonna have tomorrow night. So far we've had taco salad. Tonight we had chips and dip and some just some appetizer finger food things like mozzarella sticks. Then we've had a lot of breakfast foods. We are not one that do not believe in not eating pork. I know that's hard for a lot of people to grasp. That might change in the future, I don't know, but for right now, and I have done the Maker's Diet where I fasted from pork. Anyway, so we've had.
Now I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Just for watching this.
So we've had
Suffering.
It's buffering. Okay, hold on. Let me make sure I'm on Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Hey, Samantha Taylor. So we're sitting out on our front porch talking about our week of unleavened bread. You can see the backyard view. Okay, the proposed food diet with Kylie. I have been eating a lot more fresh foods, but I cannot stick to a whole foods diet. I don't have the time to put into that. We have the business. He's busy. We've got 7 kids. There's just no way I can make time for that. So what I've been doing is actually eating whole avocados. I've been eating a lot of avocados and anything fresh I can get my hands on, apples, carrots, but I can't stick to that alone. It's just too much. Samantha Taylor says, you enjoyed the video this morning. Awesome. Hey, Tina's Tiny Living. So we've had taco salad. We've had breakfast foods. Today I made homemade macaroni and cheese. Now scoot this way. Scoot.
You done it.
I'm so sorry, everybody. We're still trying to figure our camera out.
No, we're not.
There we go. Okay. Okay. I apologize. That was my fault for messing with it.
Mama.
But anyway, so what else have we had to eat?
Go away.
I don't know where he is.
Don't worry about where Zeus is at. Go play. Cause it's finna get cold.
Our kids are outside and they're
Oh.
playing in the front yard while we're in the back.
This.
Well, it's okay. You don't have to worry about it right now.
Go ahead. Don't look at me.
Some other things is jambalaya with rice. We'll probably have that tomorrow for lunch. Anyway, let's see. Oh, that's okay, Wee Tree. Yeah, she's changing up a lot of things. She's narrowed it down to what she believes is causing the problem, and so she's working on that. But it may just be God's will, so we don't know. We're just praying for her. Let's see. Back to the food. I wanted to stick to this food thing because I found it kind of hard at first. I was kind of panicky because I didn't know how we would do it, but we've had a lot of bacon and eggs, sausage, cereal. We did have cereal one day.
And you checked the ingredients. Everything looked good.
No yeast, as long, yeah. Or baking soda or sodium bicarbonate or whatever you want to call it. So, and then we're going to have the unleavened bread pizza tomorrow night, jambalaya tomorrow. We've had, what did we have with chicken? We had chicken something. Oh, we had barbecue chicken.
Is it unleavened or unleavened?
I could say unleavened, but you say unleavened, so I don't think it matters. So y'all give us your input. Is it unleavened or unleavened? Let's see. How are the blueberry plants going? They're doing very well. We've got a few more we've got to plant. They're still in the box, but the second shipment that we ordered from them did so. We were impressed with that second shipment. The plants were taller and they seemed to be even bigger.
Green.
But I will just give them another plug. Hey, Wendy Benjamin, hadn't seen you in a while. Simmons Plant Farm in Arkansas. SimmonsPlantFarm.com. Their blueberry bushes are $6 a piece. They're 2 years old and they are fabulous. So,
God says no to pork.
I know that. There's a whole big argument on the Christian side of things as to whether that applies or not. So, so I'm following his lead on that, and we're all about some bacon and sausage. But you know,
we can just cut back all the way off because I'm not eating turkey bacon. That's just nasty.
He was in Iraq, and they served turkey bacon, and
they was offended cooking that.
And they were offended cooking that. So he's happy to have his bacon and his sausage. He's happy to be back home and not have to deal with that argument. So we don't have that in our house. We don't have that argument in our house.
Preacher said, "Do not add or subtract to God's word."
I hear you, Wee Tree. There's a whole big thing about that. So I've been back and forth on that myself. But so
R.C. Whitehead said no cheeseburgers if y'all are doing kosher.
No cheeseburgers? Why?
I don't know. I guess because the bread from a McDonald's or something.
Oh.
But I ain't
Well, we're not
that
eating
crap
any
anyway.
leavened bread this week because of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. We're not we're sticking to that. We're not doing any leaven. So whether it's a cheeseburger, we could eat the meat, I guess, but not on the bun.
Yep.
Explain, RC, why we couldn't eat cheeseburgers.
Because cheeseburgers are
Can't mix dairy and beef. Oh, okay. Well, we haven't had that issue. Is that a biblical law, or is that just something that is in Judaism but that is not in the Bible? Because there's a lot of things that they do that are not necessarily prohibited in the Bible. So I don't know. Is that actually prohibited in the Bible, the dairy and beef mixing? I don't know. Throw bacon on it and you're good. Okay. I have to look way over to see what they're saying. You could probably help us out there. He's tired. He does not feel like himself. I'll apologize for him. He's had a long day. I asked him to get on here and do this with me, and he's putting up a front. He's here, but I don't think he wants to be here.
What? Oh, whatever.
You seem tired.
I am a little tired.
He's hauled hay all day long, so.
Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah.
And I weeded a little bit in the garden too. Did nobody else want to get out there?
Could you stand in it?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll get out there. I just thought it was too wet.
It got cool.
I'll get out there tomorrow.
It's gonna rain tomorrow, all day.
I'm sorry, I couldn't see the chat, so say it again.
Say it again. Say it again.
Is that better? Baling hay. Yeah, life of a farmer. I'm there. Okay. I see he's tied to the chair. Oh. Well, they were hauling hay today, moving it from one place to another instead of baling it. Yeah, it is nice to chill on the porch at the end of the day. So I've got him drinking this red Rooibos tea.
She thinks she does. She ain't substituting the real stuff.
So I tried to get him to drink it earlier. If y'all saw my video earlier on that red, it's Rooibos, Rooibos.
Talking about that stuff you was making worm droppings out of?
Oh, shut up.
Huh?
So it's a really good way to add a lot of minerals back to your diet.
There was stuff moving in that bowl. I seen it.
Oh, shut up.
I seen it.
So, hey, Ronnie Hun. Yeah. So I made a batch of this. I made a gallon jug of it, and I've been drinking it. And I tried to get him to drink it, and he said it tasted like what? I don't even remember. It was probably not appropriate for children. Anyway, so I mixed it with sweet tea tonight, and since he is addicted to sweet tea, he drank it. I don't think he liked it, but he drank it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll drink whatever you want me to drink.
It's good. It adds vitamins and minerals back into your body from all the Cokes and everything we've all drank and compost tea. Yeah, pretty much. I don't remember exactly his words, but it was not.
Lord, somebody's done updated their laptop.
And so now it doesn't work.
It's at 7% complete, so it'll be working by the end of the millennium.
That's why I never update. I don't know about y'all. Do y'all update your phones? And we've got a little tip about the EMFs on your cell phone.
You talking about the radiation from them?
Yeah, I don't ever update the data on my phones, my computers, none of it. I never do. And the reason I don't is because I believe that they're probably pulling information off of your computers and your phones rather than updating.
Well,
but maybe they are updating. I don't know.
What's worse though is you take these phones and you stick them in your pocket and they're microwaving your leg or your.
Go on YouTube and look at those people with the Geiger counters or whatever it is. And
RF frequencies that them things is pumping out.
Yeah, right. The microwaves that you're absorbing.
The only thing that we have found that will stop it, and now this kills your phone signal and everything, but it stops it dead in its tracks. It's called airplane mode on your phone, and if anybody has a smartphone, it has an airplane mode on it. You cut it on, stick it in your pocket, you ain't worried about the radiation from your phone. And then
we also ordered some sleeves from Amazon that are basically, it's like an aluminum foil sleeve. You slide your phone in, it covers it like a purse, but it's a wallet.
Yeah, you can order one of them. How much were they?
They were. You can buy the cheaper ones for
$20 a piece.
Yeah, but that is something that we're doing now, is keeping our phones on airplane mode unless we need it. And it also is like also kind of a protector. It saves your battery. It reduces the amount of radiation you and your children are exposed to. But also, especially for men, if you keep your phone in your pocket, it's right there by your stuff.
Max just took off with the bag of dog food. I guess he's saying this is mine.
Our dog just took the bag of dog food off of the porch and drug it away.
He said, I'm getting him this dog food.
So if you're
It
a
must be
male
hungry.
and you keep your phone near your private
If you
part,
stick it in your front pocket, it's near your private part.
and it could affect a lot of things.
So
So
if you don't want to have any babies, just keep microwaving them things. That's just flat out how it is. You're cooking your tenders. So anyway,
all right. So on to the next subject. Beautiful sky. Thank you, Brenda.
and if you stick it in your shirt pocket, you could have heart failure or anything like that.
Well, yeah. So there was a really good video I found yesterday about, hey, Christy Betts.
And they got these fake things you can buy that's supposedly, and I
No.
know we got some bad weather coming in here, so
Sorry, the
that
signal
might be
got
affecting it some.
messed up. So anyway, yeah, if you buy these little shields, it's a little circle that supposedly contains a mineral
They got
that you can stick on the back of your phone. They don't work worth a shit.
yeah. There's a guy
We saw several reviews.
They did reviews on it on the internet on YouTube, and none of them. They showed the RF module detector. It didn't change it or lessen it in any way.
At all. Did not affect it at all.
And these things are $40 for
Yeah.
a little stupid silver sticker. I'm going, yeah, somebody's suckering somebody that ain't got a penny in it, you know. I'm gonna stick Mason tinfoil on that. There you go. That'd make you feel better.
Yeah.
About yourself.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of scams and lies. That's all people about nowadays. They don't want to do nothing right.
You can also get run over by a logging truck crossing the road to get your mail.
That's right. Come out
Yeah.
of my house, you will. The log trucks come through
Our
all the time.
the logging trucks run down our road all
Yeah.
day long.
And they finna get fired up again because it's starting to be summer. So that's when they can get going.
Our kids have a barrier they can't cross. Wendy said, y'all are so funny. Well, if you look at those little things and you think that thing is going to protect you from microwaves,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little bitty quarter size something or
Piece
another.
of foil. It ain't. It's stupid to even buy it.
The best video we saw of a homemade shielding device
Is that
was
that foil tape you can buy at a hardware store?
this man. I don't remember his name. Do you remember his
He
name?
took a regular old plastic hard protecting cover for any cell phone. Everybody has different ones. And then he
And-
lined it with foil tape.
full tape.
One side, it's aluminum foil with a sticky side, and he lined it with it, and it cut it off. But he still had a phone signal, but it was amazing how much it had dropped it down to almost nothing. So I was very impressed with that.
Yeah, me too.
So if you get run over here, it'll be by farm equipment.
So lots of farmers around. That's good. Just use foil. Yeah, you can just use foil, Tree, but using the foil, I would rather have something to slip it in instead of, going out in public with the foil and having to fight unwrapping it, wrapping it back, and it falling apart. So we went
Yeah.
ahead and bought the sleeves, but we're just doing airplane mode most of the time.
Right. You ain't got to buy nothing. All you got to do is say airplane mode, cut it off, stick it in your pocket. When you pull it back out of cut the airplane mode on, stick it in your pocket. And then when you pull it back out of your pocket, cut the airplane mode off, and that'll enable your phone to work again. But if you got it on, it ain't going to get no phone calls or messages or nothing.
Yeah.
So, but if you want your junk cooked, if that text message is that important or that phone call is that important,
Yeah.
just throw your balls in the microwave and get it over with. So anyway,
Woo! He's mild on here. That's all I gotta say. I roll all day long. He keeps me happy. He's a lot of fun.
so
Right, Brenda Duncan. It is absolutely right. It is. It is a form of forced sterilization.
airplane mode is a huge battery saver too. That's right.
Hey,
R.C.
Virginia
Whitehead.
Gibson. So yeah, it actually is. They have done studies. They know that it causes infertility.
They showed in all the phones where they got disclaimers, so if you sue them, you could have read this,
Yeah.
so they can get out of it.
Right. If you look on your phone in certain areas where it's legal, liability, all that, it says that basically they can't be sued for it. Yes, it's part of the depopulation. So make sure, and we saw some studies where there was 5-year-olds, 15-year-olds, and like 25-year-olds studied and the effects of the brain. And the 5-year-old, it just erodes the brain completely because they're not fully developed yet. So
I want to know why. What's his name? You said he had 3 kids. Why would he kill 2 of his kids off and everybody be depopulated?
Oh yeah, and Bill Gates in one of the videos. In fact, if I can go back and find that video, I'll put the link in the description box. Bill Gates and Jobs, they don't allow.
Steve Jobs.
Yeah, they don't allow their kids to have cell phones or keep them on their person. So what does that tell you, people? So here we are, the dumbed down populace, sticking cell phones up to our kids' faces and heads and near our private parts, and and what is it doing? Yes, it's a form of forced sterilization.
Yeah.
But as long as we're all entertained every 5 minutes, we really don't pay attention to it. We just think, oh, I got to have this phone and get this. It is an adrenaline or a dopamine high from all the interaction that we do on our phones every day. So
yeah,
that's why we seek out these things. Except I'm one of these that I will put my phone away and I will walk away from it and I don't touch it. When I'm cleaning, when I'm cooking, when I'm doing my kids' schoolwork, whatever it is.
Yeah. Evidently the powers that be don't want us talking about
how the cell phones that we're using is causing
we still use the thing. You just can protect yourself from them. That's all. We're not saying go throw them in the lake, which that'd be good too if you want to.
But yeah, RC, airplane's a huge battery saver. Absolutely. Keep them away from you. And if you're a stay-at-home mom or,
don't sleep in the bed with them for sure.
No, because all they're doing is cooking you all night long.
Yeah.
But make sure you keep them away from you. I don't even keep mine in the same room with me half the time. If I'm in the kitchen, it may be in the bedroom, on the dresser, or just away in my purse somewhere. Half the time, I've got to ask the kids where my phone is. So it's a good idea to start getting yourself a little bit more used to not having a phone. And I'll tell you what else. Could you make it if your phone got shut off? Because if there is ever a national crisis and the powers that be want total control, what is the first thing they're going to do, baby?
They're going to cut off communication.
They're going to cut off all communication.
So all that crap, you're going to have all them phones?
All of your contacts.
It's going to be dead. They're going to kill it first.
They will kill it first on purpose.
They don't want you to know what's going on. So the first line of attack is to stop all communication.
So think about that. Do you have hard copies? Do you have landlines? Do you have your phone numbers?
There's no such thing as landlines now.
Yeah, I mean, if you had to, you could go to a neighbor's and use a landline.
I talked to AT&T guy the other day that was putting our new satellite service in.
Internet.
My grandma has got the last phone line in this area, like within 100 miles.
Landline?
He said they have to argue over who's going to come fix it because it's almost so out of date that they don't even want to fix it.
Really? How about that?
There's
yeah,
just
so
no
if
such
you
thing as
think
landlines.
about it, you might want to have hard copies of all of your contact information, all of your important things. Print your pictures off. Don't depend on your phone solely. Make sure you know your loved one's phone numbers.
Yeah.
And have alternate forms of communication so you can get in touch with people around you. Landlines are needed in your house. I don't even think they install landlines anymore, do they? I don't know.
Technically our fiber
optic could be a landline.
Is a landline. It's the new
form. Okay, yeah. Okay.
So we have a landline, but who knows how to...
When we switched phones over to AT&T, I realized that I didn't know a lot of phone numbers that I needed to know, so I made myself go back and start memorizing phone numbers again, like we used to in the old days. Yeah. Well, we didn't have too much to talk about tonight. We've got a garden that's still kind of wet, so I didn't go weed, but Daddy says it needs to be weeded, so I guess I'll be out there tomorrow.
If the dirt is soft, you can pull the weeds out real easy. You wait till it dries out, and you're fighting yourself.
Hard.
It's easy. You can do it how you want.
Look, here we got company. I'm gonna show you a picture of our.
These dogs, yes, them turds. You'll have to excuse the mess down there at the end. I am looking. I'm going to Lowe's this weekend. I'm gonna buy the sheeting for the roof and the felt paper.
And we're going to be putting a roof on the porch this weekend.
It's supposed to rain tomorrow.
Oh, maybe
and
we're
Saturday, not. So.
Hey, Stephanie News.
I've started tearing off the eave of the house already to see what I need to get it going my way. It's not gonna be too bad. So. Yeah.
So we may or may not be putting a porch roof on.
Well, it ain't gonna non-stop rain. I can come, you know, we're up off the ground, so the worst thing is I'll have shoes on standing on the porch working on it. So.
Well, if any of y'all have any ideas for recipes, tomorrow is the last day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, so leave some recipe ideas or comments in the comment section, because I would be curious to be a little bit more prepared next time and to have some ideas and swap recipes on things that you might do to feed your family to get through the week of unleavened bread, because really we eat a lot of leavened bread. We eat biscuits. We've done without that. We eat biscuits a lot, probably 4 or 5 days out of a week. Pancakes are sometimes an option. Breads, muffins. We eat sliced bread.
Homemade blueberry muffins with the real blueberries, not no crap.
But we have cakes, you know, cookies. All that stuff calls for baking soda or yeast. So we're doing without a lot of our normal things, which is not a problem. You know, if God says do it, you do it. 64 degrees here today, but tomorrow we're looking at 35 for the high.
And 3 inches of snow.
Oh my. We're going to have to go get, let me give you this tip. For those of y'all that may have a last frost coming in late, which is what we're looking at Saturday night, go get you some dollar lunch bags, those brown paper lunch bags that you used to take your lunch to school in.
What's like 10 of them for $1 or something?
It's like 50 for $1.
Oh, okay.
You can get the old-fashioned brown paper bags, and you take
one, you stick it over
and you
each
turn it,
plant.
Turn it upside down, and you staple it at the bottom to try to keep all the cold air out.
And the wind from blowing it off.
And the wind from blowing. There you go, baby. Yeah. And that is a very cheap way if you have a lot of plants to cover that you can't bring in the house. Like all of our peppers and tomatoes that are already out in the garden.
Yeah, it's the last, hopefully it should be the last freeze.
That's a really cheap way just to staple and brown paper bag it.
To make it.
To make it last, to make it stretch.
Yeah.
But I guess we're going to get off here.
Yeah. We hope y'all enjoyed it. And
Kent Rollins did a Dutch oven recipe this week for blueberry lemon cake. Ooh, we might have to try that. Does that sound good to you?
What?
Blueberry lemon cake.
The blueberry part, yeah.
Do you like blueberry and lemon?
I like blueberry.
You're not crazy about lemon?
No.
Well, just tell me how it really is, Daddy. Okay. Well, I can still check it out. Maybe just leave the lemon out of it.
Yeah, we can try.
Lemon yogurt. Have y'all ever made lemon curd? That is one of the best things ever. I'll have to show you how to make lemon meringue pie from scratch, homemade lemon meringue pie. That's one of my favorites. So anyway, I guess we'll get off here. Y'all have a good night.
Good night.
Maybe I should make it and let you just try it. Wee Tree said. The blueberry lemon cake.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Y'all have a good evening.
Good night.
Thank you, RC. Do leave the link. That'd be great. Yes, Kay Garvin. All of my transplants did die. Sorry, I was going to cut this off. We did find a local nursery that grows heirlooms, so I was able to replace all my peppers and tomatoes. Not every single kind. They didn't have every single thing I had.
They had the stripe.
They had Mr. Stripey. They had Black Creme, Lemon Boy, which is a large yellow one.
You bought what? 30 of them? 20 of them? Something like that?
100.
You bought 100 of them?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know.
Some women spend money on shoes. I spend money on plants.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good night.